Hello and very good morning to everyone. This is the sum we will do now in front of your screen. The following particulars of Amber Limited as on 31st March 2012 are available. What information is given? There were 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 100 each, fully paid up. 1 crore, 10,000, 12% preference shares of 100 each, 10 lakhs, security premium 11 lakh 50,000, profit and loss account 33 lakh 58,000, general reserve 18 lakh 85,000. There are current liabilities, creditors, bills payable, and average profit after tax for last 3 years is 5 lakh 85,000, and they say 20% of the profit after tax it is transferred to general reserve every year. So 20% of this profit 8 lakh, sorry 5 lakh 30, 85, 5 lakh 85 is the after tax profit for average profit for 3 years. So 20% has to be transferred to general reserve. And there is fictitious asset 80,000. NRR, normal rate of return, is 10% of the of the business. See, what is NRR? It is a minimum return which can be achieved, which can be earned by businesses in the which are which belong to a similar industry. So businesses which belong to a similar industry, they should get a minimum of 10%. That is a normal rate of return. And to stay in the business, they should get at least 10% return. Considering the above information, compute the value of equity share by asset backing method, which is also known as net asset method, intrinsic value method. So we will have to calculate the value of equity share by net asset method, and second by yield method, and third by fair value method. And we also have to compute the value of business. Now they have not given the assets, they have not given the value of assets. So we will have to find out. See, under asset backing method, we have to find out the value of share by asset backing method, which is also called as net asset method. But we will have to do this by liability approach. We have done a similar type of sum in the previous lecture. So liability approach, when the value of assets are not given, we will have to find out through the liability approach. So liability approach may what we will do, we will write the shareholders fund and long-term borrowings will be equal to the value of business or the capital employed. Here only shareholders fund is given. Under shareholders fund, what will come? We will have to find out the capital employed, means the owned fund plus borrowed fund is capital employed by liability approach. So here what we will take the equity capital, equity capital employed में पहले let us write shareholders fund. In that what will come? Equity share capital. We also have preference share capital, 12% preference share capital. Then we have reserves and surplus. So we will write reserves and surplus. Let us fill the values what are given. Equity capital is 1 crore. Preference share capital is 10 lakhs. Under reserves and surplus, what all reserves are given? Securities premium What else is given? Profit and loss account. And what is given? General reserve is also given. General reserve are the reserves. See, security premium, profit and loss account, and general reserve. What are the values? It is 11 lakh 50,000. Then P&L account is 33 lakh 58,000. And general reserve is 18 lakh 85,000. 18 lakh 85,000. When we add all this, how much we will get the total? Add all of this, we will get 1 crore 73 lakh 93,000. When we add all of this, so from this what we do, we minus the fictitious asset. You must have done this in the, what you say, while preparing the vertical balance sheet owned fund. May what we do, shareholders fund plus shareholders fund belongs to the shareholders, their capital, reserves and surplus, which is the profits of the company, minus fictitious asset, which is given to be 80,000. So what we will do, we will minus the fictitious asset, which is 80,000. We will get the capital employed. We will get the capital employed, or you may also call it as value of business. Value of business by asset backing method. So we have got the value of business here, which is 1 crore 73 lakh 13,000. Now, once we get the value of business, what we will do, this is the value of business. See, normally asset backing method, through this, we calculate the value of shares by this method when we assume that the business is getting sold, the business is getting dissolved. So we have the value of our business is 1 crore 73 lakh 13,000. From this, firstly, we will pay the, see whom we will pay first, which shareholder? Is it preference share or equity share? We will first pay the preference shareholder. So preference share capital from the value of business. We will first pay the preference shareholder, which is 10 lakhs. We will pay the preference shareholder, which is 10 lakh. So the remaining amount which we get is the net assets available to equity shareholders. Net assets available to equity shareholders. Equity shareholders. So this is the remaining amount is for the equity shareholder, which is coming to 10 lakh minus 10 lakh from 1 crore 73 lakh 13,000. We get 1 crore 63 lakh. So now from this amount, we will have to calculate the value per share. Value per share. So how to calculate the value per share? It is net assets available to equity shareholders divide by number of equity shares. Means this is the value total equity shareholders are able to get. We paid the preference shareholders. Now remaining amount belongs to the equity shareholder, which is 1 crore 63 lakh 13,000. So when we divide that 1 crore 63 lakh 13,000 divide by number of shares, we will get value per share 163 13,000 divide by number of equity shares, which is 1 lakh. How do I know? It is given in the question. that number of equity shares is 1 lakh. So divide by 1 lakh. When we do, we get the value of equity share, which is coming 163.13. So as per the first method, we have calculated the value of equity share. Now as per the second method, which is the yield method, as per the second method, which is the yield method, we will again calculate the value per share, value per equity share. So for yield method, yield means returns. What have they given us about the returns? Average profit after tax for last 3 years, 5,85,000. So we know the average profit after tax. Average profit after tax, which is equal to 5,85,000. From this after tax profit, we will less. Firstly, we will pay the preference shareholders. We will pay their dividend from the profit. We will have to pay dividend to the preference shareholders. What is the preference share capital? How much is preference share capital? It is 10 lakh. How much is the percentage of dividend? It is 12%. So we will have to pay 12% dividend on 10 lakhs. So how much it will come? 10 lakhs into 12%. So how much is the dividend coming to? Dividend is coming to 1,20,000. So the remaining amount, from this amount, we will have to, one more thing we will have to deduct, that is transfer to general reserve. This is also given in the question, that we will have to transfer to general reserve. How much? 20% of the profit after tax transferred to general reserve every year. So how much is the after tax profit? The after tax profit is 5,85,000. From this, we have to transfer 20% to general reserve. So 1,17,000. Now the remaining amount will belong to the equity shareholders. Amount available after paying everyone, it is amount available to equity shareholders. So how much are we getting? 5,85,000 minus 1,20,000 minus 1,17,000. It is coming to 3,48,000. Now we will have to find out rate. We have to find out rate of amount available to equity shareholder. This amount 3,48,000. How much percentage of return it is? For that, the formula is the amount which we have, amount available to equity shareholders. Amount available to equity shareholders divide by capital. How much is the paid up capital? Paid up equity capital, equity share capital into 100. We will get the amount is how much percentage, means there is 1 crore of equity share capital that we had discussed, that the equity share capital is 1 crore, 1 lakh into 100. So this is, if this equity shareholder after investing 1 crore, they are getting only 3,48,000 is left out with the equity shareholders, means it is how much percentage of return, rate of return is how much. So how we will find out? into 100. We have found out the return percentage. So how much percent we are getting? How much is the return percent? It is 3.48%. Now from this what we will find out? We will find out the value per share as per yield method. So what is the formula? It is rate of amount available to equity. This is the rate divided by NRR into paid up value per share. Now here rate is 3.48. NRR, normal rate of return, is 10%. Normal rate of return is 10%. So I will write upon 10 into how much is the face value per equity share? It is 100 rupees. Per equity share is 100 rupees. So we'll write into 100. So how much we are getting value per share? We are getting rupees 34.8. Now our third method, which is fair value method. Fair value method is nothing but the average of net asset, that is asset backing, plus yield method. That is, I will write again, value per share as per asset backing method, which is also called as net asset method, plus value of share as per yield method divide by 2. So value as per net asset, asset backing is 163.3 and value as per yield is 34.8. 34.8 divide by 2. Divide by 2. So how much we are getting? How much we are getting? We are getting rupees 197.93. This is value as per value of share as per fair value method. Now next one, they have also asked us to prepare value, to find out value of business. So as per net asset method is already found out. As per net asset method, how much is the value of business? See here, we have already found out value of business. See here, as per asset backing method, we have already found out the value of business, 1,73,13,000 rupees. 1,73,13,000. Now as per yield method, what is the value of business? Yield method, what will be it? FMP, future maintainable profit, divide by NRR, into 100, capitalization. So FMP we have got 5,85,000, divide by NRR is 10 into 100. We get the value of business rupees 58 lakh 50,000. This is the value of business. As per yield method, with this sum is done. So let us come to the next sum now. On 31st March 2014, the balance sheet of Gomati Limited was as follows. Balance sheet is given. Share capital. Below share capital, they have given authorized share capital, which is 20,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 20 lakhs. But as you know, authorized capital is just the limit. While totaling the balance sheet, we will not add the authorized capital. It is just the limit, the ceiling for the company. So after authorized, from the authorized, how much shares have been issued and paid up out of 20,000? 15,000 share equity shares have been issued and paid up. So 15,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each is 15 lakh, and we have call scenarios of 20 each, shares of 20 each, which is 2,000. It is coming to 14 lakh 98,000. Profit and loss account, bank overdraft, creditors, provision for tax and proposed dividend is there in the liability side. In the asset side, we have land and building, plant and machinery, stock, debtors, cash and bank balance. The net profits of the company after providing for tax were as follows. Year ended, so we have been provided with net profit of the company after providing for tax. Matlab these are the net profit after tax for how many years? For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 years, net profit after tax is given. Net profit after tax for 5 years. So year ended 31st March 2014. The profit after tax is 1,72,500, and 31st March 2013, 1,50,000. 31st March 2012, 1,87,500. 31st March 2011, 1,80,000. 31st March 2010, it is 1,35,000. On 31st March 2014, land and building were valued at rupees 3,75,000. Plant and machinery was valued at rupees 2,25,000. Normal rate of return can be considered at 8%. 5 years profit is given. Revised value, new value of some assets are given. NRR, similar industries which are which belong to a similar industry, their minimum rate of return is 8%. Goodwill is to be valued at 3 years purchase of super profits based on average profit of last 5 years. Last 5 years average profit is, last 5 years profits are given. We will have to calculate its average profit. Last 5 years profits are given, profit after tax. We will have to calculate the average, and goodwill is at 3 years purchase of super profit. So we will have to also calculate capital employed. We will have to find out 8% NRR normal. We will calculate the average profit. We will calculate the normal profit. Average is our profit or profit of the business, and normal is the minimum profit that should be earned. The excess of normal profit is the super profit, and we will be paying the goodwill for 3 years purchase. So multiplied by 3, we will get the goodwill. And they have also told us to find out the intrinsic value of fully paid shares and partly paid shares. Mean intrinsic means net asset value of fully paid shares, and partly paid equity shares also compute the value of business. We will also have to find out the value of business. Let us start solution. Firstly, what we will have to do, we will have to start with the average profit. Let us start with the average profit or the FMP, average profit after tax, which is FMP, future maintainable profit. How to calculate? Total profit divide by number of years. So total profit is how much? 1,72,500 plus 1,50,000 plus 187,500 plus 1,80,000 plus 1,35,000 divide by 5. So 5 years profits are given. So how much is it coming to? How much is it coming to? Add all of them. Take your calci. 1,72,500 plus 1,50,000 plus 1,87,500 plus 1,80,000 plus 1,35,000. We get 8,25,000 divide by 5. We get the average profit as 1,65,000. Now our second step, first step, step 1 was to calculate the average profit or the FMP. Now step 2 we will calculate the capital employed, but here we will not take, we will exclude goodwill because यहाँ पे goodwill ही find out करना है. This is for revision. I am telling you goodwill, and if they have given any non-trading assets, these are excluded, but non-trading asset I don't think is there in the question. There is all trading assets. Non-trading assets are investment, because normally investment are not related to business. Investment is just that we want our cash, we have excess cash, idle cash with us, so we do investment. It is not a trading asset. So what we will do now, let us find out the capital employed. For that new, we have been given with the land and building. Or what I can do, I will copy from here. So let us copy this. Instead of 1 and 1 writing, I will copy this. Okay, now some values are given. So what are the new values given? Land and building 3,75,000 a year. Plant and machinery new value is 2,25,000. Now stock data cash bank, I will take the old value 4,50,000, 9,07,500, 4,50,000, 9,07,500, and cash bank value, let us see, 20,000, 1,30,000. So I will write 20,000 and 1,30,000. So when we add all these, how much we will get? When we add all this, we should get 21,07,500. इसमें से less we will do external liabilities. Let us see what all external liabilities are there apart from share capital and reserves. What external liabilities we have? Bank overdraft, creditor, provision for tax, proposed dividend. So I will write here. So now their amounts we want. What are the amounts? 32,000, 1,15,500. So I will write 32,000, 1,15,500. Provision for tax and proposed dividend is 67,500, 1,12,500. So I will write here 67,500 and 1,12,500. So I have got all the value of liabilities also. Total is coming to 3,27,500. So we get the value of business or capital employed or net asset. We can call it as net asset. We can call it as capital employed. We can call it as value of business. Already found out the value of business by net asset method. That has been asked in the question also. Na? So how much is it coming to? Actually, this will not be the value of business because value of business also includes goodwill. So I will only write it here net asset because value of business is inclusive of goodwill. So here in the shares, what we do, we consider goodwill also. While valuing shares, we want goodwill also. But while valuing goodwill, हम ये जो कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड लेते हैं इसमें गुडविल तो है ही नहीं, तो इसको हम वैल्यू ऑफ बिजनेस नहीं बोल सकते. करेक्ट. सो जब इसमें ये अमाउंट में गुडविल ऐड हो जाएगा तब हमें वैल्यू ऑफ बिजनेस मिलेगा. सो जस्ट माइनस दिस, हाउ मच यू आर गेटिंग? 17,80,000. Now we have got the capital employed. Now our step 3 will be to find out the normal profit. Normal profit. What is normal profit? It is capital employed, what we have just got, into NRR divide by, into NRR is percentage ना, से ऐसे ही करेंगे तो हो जाएगा. So what is capital employed? 17,80,000 into NRR is 8% ना. NRR is 8%. It is given in the question. NRR is, normal rate of return is 8%. So what we will do? We will get the normal profit. So how much is normal profit? 1,42,400. Now we come to the next step. Step 4, which is super profit. Super profit is what? Super profit is profit above the normal profit. So our profit, average profit of the business minus the normal profit, we get the super profit. So how much is the average profit? Average profit is 1,65,000. We got here, and minus normal profit just now we have got is equal to super profit, which is how much? Rupees 22,600. Now we got the normal profit. Now our next step, step 5, will be goodwill. Goodwill is what? Super profit into number of years purchase. Super profit into number of years purchase. So how many years purchase we are purchasing? We are paying for how many years? 1 year super profit is 22,600. We have to value the goodwill as per 3 years purchase of super profit. So what will be the, it is 22,600 into 3 because 3 years purchase. So goodwill is coming how much? It is coming 67,800. So value of goodwill is how much? 67,800. So they had asked us to find out goodwill. We have found out. Now after goodwill, we have to find out the valuation of shares also. Valuation of shares as per intrinsic method, as per intrinsic value, which is net asset value method also. It is known as net asset value method also. So valuation of share as per intrinsic value method. So here what we will do, we will write our net assets. Net asset में we already know, we have already done the net asset. How much is coming net asset? Net asset is equal to us. You may also say capital employed. How much is net asset coming to? It is coming to 17,80,000. But while valuing shares, we have to add one more thing which we just got from the last step, that is goodwill. 67,800. So we get the capital employed, or you may say, now we can correctly say value of business. Value of business. Add how much you are getting? 18,47,800. इसमें से अगर प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल है तो उनको हम पे करते हैं पहले, बट क्वेश्चन में देयर इज नो प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स इन दिस क्वेश्चन. सो प्रेफरेंस शेयर को पे करने का ज़रूरत ही नहीं जब है ही नहीं. तो इसमें अभी हम क्या करेंगे, हम ऐड करेंगे जो अनकॉल्ड कैपिटल है. हाउ मच इज द अनकॉल्ड कैपिटल? Uncalled capital is how much? Let's go to the question and see. Uncalled capital, I'm sorry, it is 2,000, correct? Uncalled capital given in the question. Uncalled means calls in arrears, na? Matlab, here how much is the uncalled or not called or outstanding call? You can also say uncalled. Normally they have called here, but that has not been paid by the shareholders. It is 2,000. So इसको add करके how much you will get? 18,49,800. This is what? This is amount available to इक्विटी. बट हमें ये मिल गया अमाउंट अवेलेबल टू इक्विटी. तो हमारा फॉर्मूला क्या है टू फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू पर शेयर? व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला? ये मेथड में हम क्या करते हैं, जैसे हमें फ्रॉम दिस व्हाट वी डू, वी if preference was there, we will minus the preference share capital. But in this sum, there is no preference share capital. Means all the amount will be belong to equity shareholders. All the amount here will belong to equity shareholders. Now we will have to find out the value per share. Value per share. This is for fully paid because they have asked fully paid also, partly paid also. The formula will be amount available to equity divide by number of equity shares. Number of equity shares. This is we have done in the previous questions also. How much is the number of shares? Issued and paid up capital. Number of shares is 15,000 equity shares. So we know the amount available to equity. Amount available to equity is 18 lakh 49,800 divide by 15,000. So how much we are getting? How much we are getting value per share? It is 18 lakh 49,600 divide by 15,000. It is coming 123.32. So fully paid it is 123.32. Now we have to find out for those who have not paid for value per share for partly paid. It will be how much? Rupees 123.32 minus how much is the partly paid per share? It is 20 rupees, correct? How much is the amount which is in arrears per share? It is 20 rupees. मतलब जो भी value है, whatever is the value of the share, from that we will minus the arrears wala per share amount, which is 20 rupees. So partly paid up ka value will be 103.32. 103.32. By this way, we have got the valuation for both fully paid and partly paid. Fully paid also we have got, and partly paid also we have got. With this sum is also done. So now let us go to the next question. The balance sheet of Suez Limited as on 31/3/2013 is as follows. So this is the balance sheet of Suez Limited on 31/3/2013. So balance sheet is given, liabilities rupees, asset rupees. So equity shares of rupees 10 each, 5 lakh. 10% preference shares of rupees 100 each, 1 lakh, general reserve 1 lakh, profit and loss account 50,000, creditors 1,10,000. We have provision for income tax 40,000, proposed dividend 60,000. In the asset side, we have building, machinery, stock, debtor, and bank. The profits of the company after charging depreciation, but before income tax at 40%. So this is the amount where income tax has not been paid. This is amount profit before tax, and the tax rate is 40%, where as follows for the last 5 years. So profit for last 5 years, profit before tax for last 5 years is given. For 2009 it is 1 lakh, 2010 it is 1,40,000, 2011 it is 1,60,000, 2012 it is 1,70,000, 2013 it is 1,80,000. No, reasonable return on equity. They are talking about the NRR, normal rate of return on equity funds in this line of business is considered to be 10%. NRR given is 10%. The value, the revised value of building is given 6 lakh. Machinery is given 2,50,000 is to be considered for the sum. Now what we have to calculate? Find out the value of an equity share under net asset or intrinsic method. Net asset is also called as intrinsic value method or asset backing method or breakup value method. After valuing goodwill on the basis of 5 years purchase of annual super profit. So we will have to find out goodwill as per 5 years purchase of super profit. Also ascertain the value of business. 1 minute, in the previous sum, we have not written separately the value of business. So value of business is how much that we have not written separately. So value of business that I have written here, but I have not shown separately here. It is how much? It is value of business here we have already written. As per net asset method, it is 18 lakh 47 800. So value of business is as per intrinsic value is equal to rupees 18 lakh 47 800, and as per capitalization of FMP, capitalization of FMP, what is the value of business? It will be FMP divided by NRR into 100. So FMP, how much we have got? How much is the FMP in the question? FMP is 1,65,000 and NRR is 8%. So let us substitute the formula. 1,65,000 divided by 8 into 100. How much we are getting? Value of business, it is coming to 20,62,500. This value of business was also asked in the question, which we had missed out, which I have shown now. When I saw here, we have to also value the business. It came to my mind that I have not calculated the value of business in the previous sum. So now let us move to the next sum. We have to value the goodwill, and we will have to find out the valuation of equity share also has to be done, and valuation of business is also has to be done. So let us start. We have been given with average profit before. We have to first find out average profit before tax. So the formula will be total profit divide by number of years. You will get the average profit, but it is before tax. So what is the profits? 1 lakh plus 2010, it is 1,40,000. 2011 it is 1,60,000. 2012 it is 1,70,000. 2013 it is 1,80,000. Divide by 5. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. So how much we are getting? How much are we getting? Add all this. 1 lakh plus 1,40,000 plus 1,60,000 plus 1,70,000 plus 1,80,000. We are getting 7,50,000 divided by 5. So divided by 5, we are getting 1,50,000, correct? We are getting 1,50,000. So we'll write 1,50,000. So we are getting rupees 1,50,000. What is this? This is average profit before tax. From this, what we will do? We will do less tax at 40%. So how much we will get? Less tax at 40%. 1,50,000 into 40%, we will get 60,000. Tax will be shown as a minus item, and we will get average profit after tax, which we can also call as FMP, is how much? Minus karke we are getting 90,000. We are getting how much? 90,000. So we have got the FMP. Now what will be our next step? Step 2 will be to find out the capital employed. But this capital employed is for goodwill, so it will not have goodwill नहीं लेंगे, and we will not take non-trading assets like investment. So here too I have these assets. I will copy them. Capital employed. So what are the new values given? Building 6 lakh, machinery 2,50,000. So I will write here, building is 6 lakh, machinery is 2,50,000. And what is stock, debtor and bank balance? Stock 60, debtor and bank 50,000. So I will write here, stock 60,000, debtor and bank is 50,000. Now total is coming to 10,10,000. इसमें से we will less external liabilities. For external liabilities, what we have apart from reserves and share capital, we have 3 external liabilities: 1,10,000, 40, and 60,000. So I will put it here. So it is how much? 1,10,000, 40 and 60,000. 40,000 and 60,000. The total is coming to 2,10,000. So how much will be our capital employed or net asset? It will be equal to how much? It will be equal to 8 lakhs. So now our step 3 will be to find out the normal profit. Find out the normal profit. Formula is capital employed into NRR. So capital employed, we got 8 lakhs. And what is the NRR? Is it 10%? The reasonable rate of return is 10%. So NRR is 10% into 10%. We will get the normal profit, which is 80,000. Now our step 4 will be super profit. Step 4 will be super profit. Super profit is what? Average profit, which is FMP, average profit minus normal profit. Average profit we have got how much? 90,000. Na? Average profit we have got 90,000. Normal profit we have got 80,000. So 90,000 minus 80,000. Our super profit is 10,000. Now our last step to find out goodwill is step 5, goodwill, which is super profit into number of years of purchase into number of years of purchase, which is I guess 5 years purchase. In the question they have given goodwill has to be valued at 5 years purchase. So here 10,000 into 5, 10,000 into 5, which is equal to goodwill rupees 50,000. So I have found out the goodwill also. Now we will have to find out the valuation of share. The next part, valuation of shares. Valuation of shares. So valuation of shares mean what we will do, we know the capital employed is how much? 8 lakhs. As per goodwill we have understood, usme we will add goodwill, which is equal to 50,000. Now this will be our net asset, or it will be our valuation of business. As per net asset method, 8,50,000, इसमें से सबसे पहले we will pay the preference share capital. Preference share capital, if it is there in the question, we will pay preference share capital. It is there 1 lakh. Preference share capital is 1 lakh. So I will pay the preference share capital, which is 1 lakh. Now the remaining will belong to the equity, amount available to equity. Amount available to equity. Amount available to equity will be 7,50,000. Now value per share. Value per share is what? It is amount available to equity. Amount available to equity divide by number of shares. Divide by number of shares as per intrinsic value method. So 7,50,000 divide by how much is the number of shares? Let us see how much is the number of shares. Equity shares of rupees 10 each. So 5 lakh divided by 10 is 50,000. So number of equity shares is 50,000 in this question. They have not given directly the number of shares, but 5 lakh and one share is of 10 rupees. So 5 lakh divided by 10, we get 50,000. So what is the valuation of per equity share? It is 7,50,000 divided by 50,000 rupees 15. So we have valuation of share is done. Now last part what we have to do is valuation of business. So valuation of business as per net asset, we have already find out. Net asset method, valuation of business is how much it is? 8,50,000. And as per capitalization of FMP, capitalization of FMP, formula is FMP divide by NRR into 100. So substitute, FMP is coming to how much? Average profit is how much? FMP is 90,000. So 90,000 divide by 10 into 100. How much we are getting? We are getting 9 lakh. So as per FMP, the valuation of business is 9 lakh. And as per the net asset method, the valuation of business is 8,50,000. With this sum is also done. Thank you very much, everyone.